For Greek-Australian tennis star Nick Kyrgios, after some hard-fought tennis battles at Wimbledon, there's nothing better to do than take a Bahamian vacation with the person he loves most. In this case, Kyrgios' girlfriend, Kostine Hatzi. So stay tuned and don't go away because tennis star Nick Kyrgios goes shark hunting. First up, what happened during Kyrgios' recent trip to the Bahamas? You're about to find out. Tennis star Nick Kyrgios, the bad boy of tennis, was recently spotted shark hunting while relaxing in the Bahamas with his girlfriend, Kostine Hatzi. Both Kyrgios and Hatzi posted enviable holiday photos on their Instagram accounts, and it looked like the lovely couple was having a great time in paradise. Kyrgios captioned one of his posts with the words, "Exuma was a vibe," and Hatzi could be seen in a pink bikini. In one video, Kyrgios holds up a beer to the camera and says simply, "It doesn't get better than this." In some of the more startling footage, however, Kyrgios is shown reeling in a live shark. In a separate video, Hatzi and Kyrgios are seen meeting a pig in crystal clear blue turquoise water. Hatzi's Insta posts were similar to Kyrgios' Insta posts, and it's clear that the couple was having a splendid time. Kyrgios, now 27 years old, made his first Grand Slam final this past Wimbledon and lost to Novak Djokovic, although he played exceptionally well and showed the world that he has what it takes to compete with the sport's biggest stars. But there was a big silver lining for Kyrgios in losing at Wimbledon. He learned an invaluable lesson. He learned that mental strength is the key to making a strong Grand Slam run and said, "You can lose a Grand Slam in a day, but you can't win one." Next up, what do we know about Nick Kyrgios' relationship with Kostine Hatzi? Let's take a look. While competing in Wimbledon, Kyrgios was spotted with his new girlfriend in London. Recently, though, it was Kyrgios' behavior at Wimbledon that dominated the headlines. Kyrgios was fined early in the tournament for spitting in the direction of a spectator and may be penalized for violating Wimbledon's dress code. And the controversy surrounding Kyrgios didn't end there. The Wimbledon player has now been accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Chiara Passari, and will be forced to make an appearance in an Australian court of law next month. Kyrgios faces one charge of common assault after an alleged domestic incident involving Passari in 2021. Kyrgios' legal team says the tennis star isn't officially charged until his appearance in court. Therefore, at the time of this recording, he hasn't officially been charged with anything yet. Kyrgios and Passari dated off and on again from 2020 until late 2021, but now Kyrgios is happy and head over heels in love with Kostine Hatzi. Hatzi is a gorgeous social media influencer and blogger from Sydney, Australia, and currently has over 88,000 followers on Instagram and regularly posts pictures of her travels, outfits, and beauty products. The 22-year-old even founded her own home decor business called Casa Amor Interiors, and she sells minimalist home decor including candles, mirrors, and vases. Up next, who is the mystery lady Kostine Hatzi? Let's find out. Kostine Hatzi has 27,000 followers on TikTok, and her relationship with Kyrgios was confirmed when the couple took a mirror selfie and shared it on Insta. When Kyrgios split from Chiara Passari in 2021, he started dating Kostine later that year. For New Year's Eve 2022, Kyrgios posted a picture with his arm around Kostine and captioned the image with the words, "I'm blessed. This is to the new year and a chance for all of us to get it right." Hatzi shared a similar photo and wrote, "Not a bad way to start 2022. Ever since the relationship became Instagram official, the couple has posted regular updates on the relationship and routinely shared lovey-dovey pictures together, and it appears they've both been struck by Cupid's arrow." Hatzi regularly travels with Kyrgios as he competes around the world, has supported him during this year's Australian Open, and was seen sitting courtside at Wimbledon while watching him play. They've traveled to LA, Palm Springs, Miami, and Mallorca together. 5 months into their relationship, Kyrgios hinted that they could be tying the knot. During a question-and-answer session with fans on Insta, he was asked when he and Hatzi would be married, and he responded, "Very soon," coupled with heart and ring emojis. Stay tuned and don't go away because we're bringing you the latest news about Nick Kyrgios. Next up, is Nick Kyrgios really the most fined player in tennis history? You bet. Kyrgios is officially the most fined player in tennis history, and this includes one incident in 2018 when he performed a sex act with a water bottle. The incident took place at the 2018 edition of the Queen's Club Championship during Kyrgios' straight sets defeat to Marin Cilic in their semi-final matchup. TV cameras spotted Kyrgios simulating a sex act on the water bottle during a break in the match. Kyrgios essentially pretended the bottle was his while performing the crude gesture. The tournament supervisor was quick to call for a fine for Kyrgios' actions and was highly critical of his inappropriate behavior. In the end, Kyrgios was hit with a fine of $17,500, or 14,650 euros, for the incident. That particular fine is what helped Kyrgios secure his crown as the most fined player in tennis history. It's hard to believe that Kyrgios was fined more times than former American tennis star John McEnroe, but it's a fact. Kyrgios' fines total at nearly 452,000 euros, which makes him the new official bad boy of tennis. At the Grand Slam event, Kyrgios was involved in a heated encounter with Stefanos Tsitsipas. Nadal's uncle has since come out in support of Kyrgios following the incident. Up next, did 3 of Australia's biggest tennis stars just sweep titles in Atlanta? Let's take a look. There were red, white, and blue flags flapping in the wind after the Atlanta Atlanta Open Finals on Sunday, July 31st. However, it was Australia that completely dominated the event. Aussie players swept the singles and doubles titles at the ATP 250 event. Alex de Minaur defeated Jenson Brooksby to claim his second Atlanta trophy, and Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis won an all-Aussie final against Jason Kubler and John Peers. After the event, de Minaur said, "I'd like to thank the crowd. You guys were amazing. I'm not a local, but you guys sure made me feel like one, so I really appreciate the support." De Minaur was up against Jenson Brooksby for the first time and got a front-row view of what makes the American player's game so difficult to overcome. Brooksby frequently changed his rhythm and rallies and kept de Minaur on his toes. After his match against de Minaur, Brooksby said, "I was disappointed with my performance out there today, but you've got to think long-term and see how consistently you can produce your focus in those results. I just need to learn from that one and keep sticking in the present. I've got 3 tournaments coming up, so I've just got to be able to build off this week." De Minaur is extremely happy to have another title under his name, and it's his 6th title, something not many players have been able to accomplish. Next up, how did Aussie tennis stars Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis make out in Atlanta? Let's have a look. In doubles, the reigning Australian Open champions Kyrgios and Kokkinakis performed very well. They faced off against the number 3 seeds Rajiv Ram and Jack Sock in a tight 6-4, 6-7, 7 and a 10-2 semifinal battle, which also happened to be the longest match of the day at an hour and 43 minutes. Afterward, Kyrgios and Kokkinakis faced off against Kubler and Peers in the final. This was a fierce match, with Kyrgios and Kokkinakis hitting 15 aces and not dropping serve across 2 sets to win 7-6, 4, 7-5. The title marks Kyrgios and Kokkinakis' second doubles trophy of the year together, following their Grand Slam title at home in Australia at the start of the season. According to ATP Tour stats, the last time Australians swept the singles and doubles crowns at a tour-level event was back in Bogota, Colombia in 2014, when Bernard Tomic won in singles and Sam Groth and Chris Guccione triumphed in the doubles. One thing is for certain though, this is Nick Kyrgios' summer. In 2016, Nick defeated 3-time defending champion John Isner 7-6, 7-6 to win his second career title and beat the American in Georgia. Despite the tournament draw being loaded with American players and home favorites, Kyrgios is one of the biggest draws in Atlanta, whether in singles or doubles. Fans love to watch him play, and he's a real crowd pleaser. Finally, who is a young and upcoming star you should keep an eye out for? Brandon Nakashima. At the start of 2020, San Diego native Brandon Nakashima climbed from number 355 in the men's world tennis ranking to a career best at number 49 after he reached the 3rd round at the French Open and followed up with a 5-set loss to Nick Kyrgios in the round of 16 at Wimbledon. Nakashima will be 21 years old on August 3rd and is now ranked number 56 in the world and is the 5th youngest player in the men's top 100. Nakashima has an awesome backhand, strong court sense, and a solid serve that makes up for in precision what he sometimes lacks in power. Keep an eye on Brandon Nakashima because he just might be the sport's next big star. That's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching.